Archie.
Cool.
There you go.
A lot.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Well, you still
Okay.
can't
I'm a
real
naughty
funny.
by nature fan, anyways.
You want this chair? You enjoy
No, no, I'm
it.
good.
Ta-da!
I'm gonna stay up here so I can.
This looks awesome. I have
I'm
to
gonna.
take a picture of this room.
Oh, he's right behind you.
What the?
Oh.
Yo.
Wait,
Nice.
that's
Okay.
You look different.
that's the
Hey.
the nut.
Give you megaphone.
Yeah, right here now.
Just don't hit mute because it'll take you off of
Oh.
megaphone.
So that's
Okay,
what that
okay.
is.
Perfect.
Hi, Tony.
Now I'm all caught
So
up.
welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Welcome to Yummy NFTs.
Oh, is it
I'm
recording?
your host, City Girl, and tonight we have a very special treat for all of you. Joining me right now is Vinnie Brown, or as you may know him, Vin Rock from Naughty by Nature and Illtown Sluggaz. Let's give some hearts up.
Yeah.
Hey! Jigga, jigga,
Welcome,
jigga, jigga,
Vin.
jigga.
Thank you so much for taking the time from your busy schedule to join us.
Yes, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me and showing me so much love. I see you all especially share all of my content and the stuff I'm doing out there. So I appreciate that love.
Of course, of course. It's exciting to see the things that you're doing. Um, First, congratulations on your recent announcement that Illtown Sluggaz will be joining the mixtape tour with New Kids on the Block, Salt and Pepper, and Rick Astley. That's exciting.
Yes, and in Vogue. In Vogue will be there as
Oh,
well.
in Vogue too.
Hey,
Wonderful.
Yes, yes. So yeah, they'll definitely be representing for the ladies this summer. So that's going to be really exciting.
That's wonderful. And I saw one of your tour dates will actually be up in the Boston area near me, so I'm going to have to try and get over to see the show.
Oh yeah, and I believe we're doing two arena dates at the TD Garden. So that's our hometown. They always come out and show them love. So yeah, definitely we'll get together. Make sure you come in the Slugger Lounge. That's our meet and greet experience. So make sure you come in the Slugger Lounge, catch the show, and it'll be amazing.
Awesome. Oh, that'd be so great. So speaking of concerts, you recently had two Hollowport concerts here in Altspace over the last few months. What brought you into the metaverse and what made you decide to do these shows for the Altspace community?
Oh, well, I believe my partner, Greg Karen, right there, Pixel Addict, he's in the audience right there, Pixel Addict. Everyone follow him. He's my partner, and we've been working together for about 10, 12 years now. He's my e-commerce manager, and now we have a company called New Economy. So we'll be doing, more tech stuff, definitely more things in the metaverse, but we've been working together for years, and he's been telling me for years about VR. I have another friend, Laura Mengale. She's from the Toronto area. She took me to the Toronto Film Festival in 2016 and took me to a VR exhibit. So she was showing me what was coming between Laura and Greg. And then during the pandemic, it was time to get another headset. I had the first Galaxy Gear headset. You put the phone inside the headset years ago. So I felt that was a bit novelty and I kind of put it down. But during the pandemic, I got the Oculus Quest 2 headset and we went in and I met a lot of you here in the metaverse. And it was so ironic enough that Rockadala, he's from my hometown here in the East Orange, Newark, New Jersey area. So in VR,
Okay.
he was someone I actually knew in real life, and he started walking me around and leapfrogging me to who's who in this community. And a lot of you have been here for a couple of years or so. So I was blessed enough to kind of leapfrog and then meet Artsy and Nera and a lot of you players in this space. So Greg and I connected with Artsy and we saw the different worlds and the different builds that were out here. So I was like, yes, I have to do, our space for Naughty by Nature. and we came up with Illtown Island. So we wanted to do one big mansion, and I realized, you have to build different worlds. So in that mansion, I said, these are all the different worlds and activities I would like to see. And we came up with 8 different worlds. So our first build was actually 8 different worlds. It was quite a
Wow.
challenge for all of us. And yeah, we made it happen. So, from there, I always imagined what the metaverse could be once understood what was going on. So I'm like, hey, me as a musician, these spaces for me, I could build my own, Elvis Presley Graceland mansion. I could build my own Neverland ranch like Michael Jackson or the White House, or basically like my own Disney World. So it could be like a virtual museum for me, and I don't have to spend millions of dollars building a physical space. But in VR, you could build these spaces and have your worldwide global fan base of over 30 years come and explore and see everything about Naughty by Nature, past, present, and future. So pretty much that was the premise of what we were doing. And then, with Laura, she introduced me to, the people at AltSpace and Microsoft who supplied us with the holoportation technology. And just in speaking with them, they understood what Greg and I brought to the table, what we have been doing in ecom. And, I saw what this space could be, that it's not necessarily available yet, but to be able to point, click, and monetize for ticketed events, digital wearables, all kinds of stuff, and this space is more of a social space now. And, hopefully this metaverse, this particular metaverse can get there, because I really like this space. I understand there's decentralized, metaverses out there like Sandbox and Crypto Voxels and Decentraland. But I really, really like this AltSpace VR space. So hopefully, in the future, as they grow and evolve, we could get a lot of this point, click, and monetize going on in this space. So, with that being said, they lend us the holoportation technology, and we have the equipment at our studio here in New Jersey. And yeah, what KG and I are doing with Illtown Sluggaz, it's a new startup. It's a music company, a record label management company, live concert event, platform. And now we're able to put on these virtual events and expose new artists who are new to the metaverse, get them in the metaverse, in holoportation. And yeah, we did 2 events. The first event was a music event. Second event was a fashion show and music event. And now we're going to have a third one in April, which will basically be the send-off party for the tour. And man, I look forward to just doing so much more in the space.
That's wonderful. I mean, it's amazing. I actually was lucky to go to the 2 shows that you had. And I actually did the mansion you've been talking about that you've created here, your own little Disneyland. I got a nice tour of that, got to check it out. If any of you haven't been there, you want to go to the next concert, so you can definitely check it out. And you talked about Artsy, who built that for you. Many of you know Artsy, and she's an incredible world builder in here. She will actually be a guest on our show next week. So, and I know that you worked closely with Nera as well. You mentioned some of the different things that you had. Like, I know you had the wearable clothing, where we were at the concert. You were able to click on the hats and the shirts, and then you were wearing Naughty by Nature, Illtown Sluggaz clothing, the little Slug Bear logo on the clothes themselves. So that was a lot of fun. Everybody got to be part of the concert, just like if you went to a real concert and bought a T-shirt. You got to wear it for the show. It was really cool.
Exactly. So that's like our Coachella. And yeah, definitely shout to Nera. And she did, at the end of the last performance, she assembled an incredible fireworks show. So yeah, big shout to her. Big shout to her.
She had the slug ahead at the end of it.
Yes. And oh man, I was blown away. I was super excited. So, our team is just growing. I mean, big shout to Stovert right here. He's been helping us out with some kits and some things we plan on doing in the future here. So, it's just great, man. And it's really good for me to be in the metaverse, because you meet so many talented people who are into tech, who are about tech. And in the real world, you have to filter through a lot of people before you find it. So I like this space because it's kind of concentrated in, talented business tech people. So I definitely appreciate the community.
Absolutely. And so at the concert that you had back, or at the show back in December, you gifted the attendees with the opportunity to get a free NFT of the Slugga Bear through the link at your web store. And, it was such a cool souvenir. I know I got mine. How did you come up with this idea, and what was the response like?
Yeah, so Greg and we were introduced to a guy, Ed, who put us on to the Near platform. So the Near platform, they develop NFTs and they work with a company, Satori, who has a back-end solution. So eventually we got with them because we didn't want to jump in to the NFT game just like everyone else. For me, and as I observed, there's a lot of people doing a bunch of cash grabs in the NFT space. So instead of us just going out there and saying, hey, we're Naughty by Nature or Illtown Sluggaz, we're just going to start selling NFTs, I really wanted to take the slow road and the slow approach to it and kind of just take my time. So with Near and Satoshi, we developed the NFT where, for one, I can onboard a lot of my fan base by not having them, need a Coinbase account or a MetaMask account, and they could basically use a credit card and purchase NFTs. But we didn't sell them. We said, you know what, we're going to take our time and we're going to offer a free NFT. And then our NFT, that free NFT, would set everyone up for a wallet. And that, NFT is tokenized, and it'll be a wallet to unlock a content vault. So now during our tour, and as we move forward, that content vault, we could airdrop all sorts of content, whether it's artwork, whether it's music, whether it's discount codes to our concerts or our merchandise shop. And this is what we want to do to onboard a lot of our newbie fan base into just having their first NFT and then having access to that vault. And then as we go on and we get in the thick of the tour, we will start monetizing and selling NFTs. But we definitely wanted to just take our time and slow roll in this space.
Very generous of you to be able to include everybody in there so everybody can kind of experience it. For those of you who don't know the digital wallet Near that he's talking about, digital wallets basically store your NFTs and cryptocurrencies, and it's completely encrypted. So it keeps all of your currency safe, and it's one of the better platforms. Cryptocurrency is one of the safest platforms right now to use when you're dealing with online transactions.
Right.
So talking about music NFTs in general, there's different types of people are most familiar usually with graphical art NFTs, but music NFTs, you can actually have a song, an album. Do you want to talk a little bit about music NFTs and how you think it's going to, influence the music world, and how you're already talking about how you're looking for all these future adventures with it? How do you think it's going to migrate?
Well, I think, right now in this music space, a lot of people are figuring it out. There's some companies who, when they release music NFT, they give the purchasers of the music a chance to monetize by, sharing in the royalty stream and the streaming income in it. Some of them are like, you know what? Well, you could just support the artist by having an MP3 of this song, but that NFT that you possess, again, it gives you access to all sorts of meet and greet opportunities, discount codes, free giveaways, art, you name it. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to do music NFTs, and we'll airdrop music so you could physically have it. But the real value proposition for our NFTs will be the access and to have that, that vault, that Slugga music vault. And we'll dump all kinds of content and activities and perks in there. So it'll be good.
That'll be really fun for everybody to be able to enjoy it. Now, when you had your second show in February, that was great. There was an equally entertaining showcase of some talent there, like Nicole Michelle and Ryan Lane, Jameel Mason. Now, one thing that you talked about all the different aspects and avenues of that you're incorporating. One thing you didn't mention were POAPs. Is that something that you will be able to incorporate for future events? Will you be handing those out as well?
The what?
The POAP, POAP is a proof of attendance protocol. So they're badges showing that you attended the concert or the event that you went to that go into the digital wallet, like a commemorative souvenir.
Right, right. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I can't let the cat out the bag, but you know, we're working right now that even when people come to our meet and greet experience, we're gonna have a actual slugger chain that everyone who purchases the meet and greet will have a slugger chain, and we will digitize it. So that virtual chain will actually be an NFT. So that, the NFT will be minted, and then the wearable, that chain wearable, will be available in the vault. So absolutely.
Amazing. That's great. And then you gave a little shout out to Stovert. We had Stovert's art gallery opened up the other night, and one of the pieces that was featured in there was the animated Slugger Bear, and up on a pedestal. And so, how do you feel about that? That's pretty cool to watch your own piece being utilized in a art gallery.
Yes, Stovert. I was hanging out with him last night. Greg and I, we hung out with him. So yeah, he showed us the art gallery he has. That's great. And actually, we have the Slugger head wearable that Nira had on our last event. So that
Yes.
was created from kit he delivered to us. And yeah, with Stovert, man, we're talking about doing a music video. I understand that there's a music video that was shot. So we want to do a
Yes.
mixed reality one, take some footage in the real world and then shoot in VR. And you're all invited. I don't know how I didn't get the invite for the one that they did shoot, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more, and I'll make sure I'm there.
Yeah, that we did have that on Friday night. We shot it with Nina Chris and Soul G. It was really, it was wonderful that everybody got to be part of it. That's one of the great parts about being in alt space is that, like you talked about, the community, but also the opportunity for everybody to take part in these events and be able to enjoy and see all of, the celebrities like yourself here right next to us. It's really great.
Yes, yes.
So you really seem to have embraced VR fully and, capitalizing on all the different avenues to be able to, enjoy it and maximize it and share it with everybody. Obviously you can't, like you said, can't let the cat out of the bag, but are there any other ventures within here? Like, are you planning on some new real estate in here? Will there be some other interesting avenues coming
Well,
up?
I'm just looking to be right now. I'm looking to be more active in the spaces that we built. So I've been making sure that I was preparing for the tour. And then we had the worlds built out. And then thanks to Microsoft and their support, we've been able to do, the teleportation events, which is pretty unique. But even right now, we have Artsy. We're going to do a renovation to our main level. We're going to reconfigure our lower level pool area. We're going to build a stage out there, and then we're going to have a virtual tour bus. So every night after I finish my physical meet and greet, we're going to go out and do our Slugger DJ hype set to open up the concert. And after we finish, we're going to go back in our dressing room, and I'm going to come in VR and host a post-show meet and greet on our virtual tour bus. So all of the fans will be able to hang out with us on the tour bus after the concert. And I'm just looking to, like, out of 57 arena dates, we'll be hanging out every day, like 5-6 days a week. So I'm going to just be a lot more active in VR and a lot more active in my space and come up with different events and activities during summer,
Oh, we're going to be really excited to have that. That's going to be it's amazing. We're really enjoying having you part of our community in here. Any of you who haven't, like I said, if you haven't been to the concert, you definitely don't want to miss the next one. But these different rooms that he has in there, I mean, there's a basketball court, there's, there's a lounge to hang out in, there's all these things. But at the actual concert, you're up on a rooftop, you're looking out over a beautiful skybox view. There's other MREs that are in there. There's the Slugger Bat that you can pick up and play with. There's
Yeah.
all types of toys and stuff to keep you interested during it. But the Hollowport part of it is really cool. And at the last concert, you had just launched your new merch store. And so the part of that concert was the fashion show where people came out in the Hollowport, you know, modeling all of the new clothing that they're selling in their store. And then those are the same people turning around and giving us a nice little show up on stage right after it. The fact that you're going to
Yes.
be doing the post shows, right after the concert, you came right out with us, Vin, and hung out on the stage with us, you know, socialized with everyone. So it's definitely an amazing experience to take part in. So definitely don't want to miss the next one.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, and you know, and the reason why I kind of get this space is because even in the 90s when we came out, and I don't want to age myself and talk over you youngins in this space, but we came out in the 90s. I remember having the first website. First of all, I built my own retail store, you know. And again, I looked at that store because we had a record label, a film company, and the merchandise. So I always looked at it as all the new artists we signed to our label will do their merchandise, including our own. Tretch had a film company. Any films we would do that merch. And that store was like our Disney World, you know, our Disney store. Then, you know, I was introduced to the internet. And when I saw www.naughtybynature.com, I'm like, World Wide Web, wow, that means we have our own international television station. Always understood that. And then the social platforms came along like MySpace and then it's like, okay, well, when you have your own website, people have to specifically be looking for you. But if you participate in these social platforms, there's a better chance. You know, you're in a pool of a lot of people. And when you have a presence in these spaces, you can extract them to your direct website and go direct to consumer. So as you know, we got into social, you know, the social interaction on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Now here we go with Web3 and this whole immersed experience in VR. And it's just an extension and a progression of what that Web 1.0 was or whatever. So I really get this space. And since I'm hands-on with what I do and how I manage my brands, this stuff is a no-brainer for me. And it's a really exciting space. And I can't wait for it to mature. And again, for us, you know, I don't mind investing in research and development because you can monetize outside of this space, but I really want to wait for the app to mature enough where you can monetize in app. And as we get there, I just want to be as active and as creative in this space. So eventually, if and when that comes along, we just flow right along with it, and I could just reach more people. So once again, I shout out, you know, alt space is the best metaverse out there. That's how I feel about it.
Thank you for being part of our community. Do you think that, I mean, from just the people that you talk to within the music industry, do you feel that this is going to become a lot more prevalent among musicians in a short amount of time? Do you feel that people are coming into this much more?
Absolutely. And the thing is that, you know, I've always kind of been an influencer in amongst my colleagues in the music industry by doing the merchandising, and people consider me the businessman of the group. And, you know, I'm always hands-on. So when they see me doing what I'm doing and I'm posting the holoportation, you know, recap videos, they're hitting us up like, Vin, what's up? How do I get that? And again, for a lot of people, they really want to monetize and they really want to be paid to do stuff. But I'm just showing them that this is what it is, this is what it's going to look like. And as it was, you know, the opportunity for you to monetize in this space is going to be tremendous. And I'm even telling, you know, all space, the people I work with, that, hey, the people you see me performing with now, that's just our startup group and our startup crew. We have some super heavyweights to bring into this space and do some really nice live concerts, live, you know, fashion events, all sorts of things. I can't wait, you know. And Greg and I speak about it all the time. It's like what we're doing in this space right now is we're producers, we're concert producers, and we're, event producers. So as this space matures again, we have the platform and we will be onboarding a lot more of our peers and bringing some super excitement to this space.
Definitely exciting times for sure. And I feel like in the news just recently, there's been a lot of talk about Snoop Dogg with his new NFT ventures and stuff. So I feel like this is definitely moving forward within the music industry, not just in the art industry anymore.
Yeah, definitely. And the music industry is the lowest hanging fruit. So there's a lot of VCs out there, as you see, they're acquiring musicians' catalogs and all of this stuff. So as these big VCs acquire this catalog and the record labels acquire the catalog, all they're doing are partnering up with these different metaverses so they can properly monetize the music once it's played in these spaces. It's similar to how I guess Napster was. It's free fall right now, but and it's decentralized when it comes to monetizing the music and these music assets. But as they get more involved and they cut the deals with these different metaverses, the music will be regulated in these spaces and they will be monetized. So all of the music producers and songwriters will be properly compensated.
Great, great. Well, if it's okay with you, we'd like to open it up to the audience to ask you a few questions if they have any.
Yes, shoot, but don't shoot me.
Let me just put out the raise hand feature. Boo, can you help with that? Okay, so you'll see a little raise hand button to your right-hand side. So if anybody would like to ask a question. Just press the little raise hand button to your right-hand side.
Nervous.
Optic, did you have a question?
I don't. I just noticed the crowd was a little bit nervous.
Don't be nervous. He's sitting right
Don't
here.
be
He's very
nervous.
approachable.
Yes, yes, yes.
We have one from Sherwin. Sherwin?
Sherwin?
Yes. Hello. What's up? What's up, Vin? I think we met back at the New Year's party. I'm not sure if you remember me or not, but it's nice to see you again. This is a question about some of the worlds that Artsy made for you. Do you have a favorite one out of all the ones that she built?
Yes, I love the main lobby area and I love the rooftop. I mean, the rooftop is rocking up there, and that's where we chose to have our first events. And then if I'm not sure if everyone notices, but on the back side of that rooftop, there's an awesome pool and pool bar up there. So yeah, that's one of my favorite places. And now, like I said, we're doing a renovation right now, updating the main lobby area. So once we finish that renovation, that'll be another one of my favorite spots. But hey, I really love them all, man, because they're incredible spaces and each space has a unique use. So as I go on tour and I have more time, I'm gonna definitely use each room and create different events in each room.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Uh,
Optic?
let's see.
Optic?
Someone back
The
there. I see him.
the recording studio world is beautiful, and that's one of the ones I haven't got to see yet. Did you guys plan to use that and maybe open it up and try to do a metaverse recording from the studio?
Yeah, and I understand Solji is recording right now and he's using that technology to record in VR. So yeah, I
Yes.
gotta catch up with him and
You'll love it.
bring KG and my guy Tramp in there and kind of study what's going
Oh,
on in that space and make sure we can
Soul's easy to
record.
love. Yeah, no, he'll get you set up. He's great.
Right. So absolutely.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you,
Right.
Optic.
Okay.
There's someone in the
We
back
have
had his hand raised.
Aditola?
Oh yeah, I did. Came
Yeah.
in at the end. So you were mentioning something about artists and NFTs. Were you talking about artists making their lyrics into NFTs? You mentioned
Well,
you
that
talk
is
about
No,
that.
one.
we were just really discussing the different ways people are, using their music or converting their music into NFTs. So there's different ways. I mean, some artists are doing lyrics, but I think one of the things that's maybe more interesting to the broader community or music fans is to buy an NFT and to be able to share in the royalty revenue. I think that's an interesting space, and the labels are figuring that out right now, whether it's the mechanical royalty side or the publishing royalty side. So I think that I mean in the future that could be the ultimate give back to, such staunch music fans. There's some hardcore music fans out there who have tons and tons of music collections. And just like in the physical world, if you collected, physical CDs and vinyl and even 8-track cassettes, there's certain value there. So if you're doing it digitally and you're able to earn the residual off of it, it's a very interesting space moving forward.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay. Think we have another
Next
one,
up,
Blue?
Yep. Crypto Blow. Crypto Blue.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
All right, cool. This is really kind of my first time in here. Shout out to Token Gamer for having me come into this event. I'm an 80s baby, man, and I really my nature, and I was just wondering if you got your boy Tretch into this whole space yet.
I know Tretch is kind of doing his own thing right now. He's actually doing a residency in Vegas, a test run for 2 weeks in May. I'm sure his manager has Metaverse plays. Actually, they do because his manager's brother works for Warner Brothers and at WMX, so they're doing tons of big things over there. But yeah,
Okay.
eventually Tretch definitely needs to get into the metaverse. I think every veteran artist needs to get into this space because it's definitely a very interesting space. But you gotta have the time, the patience, the tolerance, the personality for this as well.
Yeah, no doubt. So how long have you been in the blockchain space?
Um, Maybe pretty much going this hard with, crypto. Actually, I had my first crypto, bought Bitcoin like in 2017.
Okay.
And I had a guy, Howie, and Greg, my partner Greg Pixelatic right here, put me on. So I got my first Coinbase account, yeah, then, and I bought my first few coins then, and I've been just gradually purchasing and paying attention. I do have a crypto advisor who tells me what to buy or suggests to me what to buy. So yeah, basically since 2017 in the crypto space, and since the pandemic is when I got the Oculus Quest 2 and have been in this space. So this space is moving fast. I don't get to spend as much time in VR as I like, but I see like with all of your posts, people are doing so much and growing and building different things so fast. I'm like, wow, I have to make sure I, stay on point before it's a whole different thing.
It's
I'll
One
come
actually one
in
of the
and I'll
benefit
be
things
like,
that came
where
out
the
of
hell
COVID.
am I? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got one more question. So are you more excited about the metaverse and this VR, AR stuff than maybe like the Bitcoin and crypto aspect, the speculative aspect of it?
Well, I think they'll work hand in hand. And as you know, with these coins, they're platforms and depends on what's built, on top of them, like Ethereum and there's a Tezos play out there, one of build all of their NFTs on Tezos. So as they, to me, I feel, as they figure it out, and right now crypto is so deregulated. I tell Greg all the time because Greg is a purist and he's all about decentralization and the decentralized metaverses and the decentralized cryptocurrency. But for me, and for my business and my fan base and my global fan base, especially when onboarding newbies who really don't know about it, I believe in some kind of centralization. where there's some sort of regulation, there's someone to go to if you get hacked, or if you have a platform and all of a sudden you buy this coin and the platform shuts down and disappears and it's a Ponzi scheme. I don't believe in the wild, wild west. I believe in some kind of safety net there. So at least like the FDIC, there's some sort of insurance there. And once you do that with the crypto and once you do that with these metaverses, it's sort of a safer playing ground. And then sky's the limit. People will build on these coins. The platforms will, be more stable. They'll be more sustainable. And then the entire space will be more sustainable. And people such as myself, such as all of us, will feel a lot more safer for what we're producing and selling and asking people to support. So that's really, my perspective on it.
Appreciate it.
Nice. Up next is
We have-
Skidmore.
Okay,
Skidmore.
great.
I'm just wondering, like, what do you think of like if if Bored Apes were into the metaverse?
Is that some, what do I think about Bored Apes coming into the metaverse?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I really love what they're doing. I understand there's a project with Timberland and I think Universal Records. They're taking the Bored Apes characters and they're going to make a music group out of them. Eventually, there'll be full animations, and then they'll have their space in the metaverse, and they'll be like personalities, like animated avatars. So actually, I'm doing something like that right now with Slugger. So Slugger is our main character, but we're going to develop a crew for him, another 2 to 3 more characters, and we'll do the exact same thing. We're going to make music with them, animated series with them, let them come in this space and they have their own metaverse. And really, for what Disney Disney and all of them, for what they do with Mickey Mouse and all of that stuff, it's easier for us to do now. It's not the big corporations who have a chance to develop these characters and these ecosystems for these characters. So that's the beauty of the metaverse, and it's the beauty of all of these talented people here. It's far more lower hanging fruit now, and you don't have to be a big corporation to develop the Smurfs. So yeah, definitely I'm on it, and I really like what they're doing. So they're showing us what can be done in these spaces.
It's true. You mentioned about the fact that you can do things at such an easier cost. And you're doing renovations to this mega mansion that Artsy made for you, and it's not going to
Right.
take 7 months for it to get completed. It's going to take a few weeks to a month to complete work like that. At instead of millions of dollars, we're talking about tangible things being done at a feasible price. So
Exactly.
We have Q-Tech up next. Q-Tech.
Hey Vinny, it's me, Q-Tech.
Hi, how you doing, love?
I'm good. I've been trying to onboard a lot of people from the industry into this space, and the ones that know you and that are in the music industry, I've been directing them your way. I'm like, Vinny will help you. Vinny will help you. So when they come your way, do you have something to say to them that's going to make this a little simpler? Because me trying to explain things, it seems like, he's in the industry. He can explain to you. Like if you ask me questions about monetization, he's your go-to. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, my thing is when I speak to my peers about this space, the simplest thing I could, liken it to is the Elvis Presley Graceland or the Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch. And then I liken it to, your own virtual museum, right? How many times do our musicians feel, oh, I don't get my flowers, I don't get my recognition, or these people overlook me all the time? Well, in this case, you get to build your own virtual museum. Everything about you, everything about what you're doing, your music career, all of your other interests. So if you're really serious about your career, now is the time to come into VR, come into the metaverse and carve out your space, carve out your real estate. And music lovers, they're so meticulous, like that you don't have to be Jay-Z and Beyonce to have super fans. So the most abstract musician, they'll find if they build the space, their core fans will find them. So I think that's the most important thing that I give to my peers, my musical peers. As a matter of fact, for entrepreneurs I encounter on a daily anyway. This is a place to come and build on the cheap, man, and then broader reach.
Up next is Fletch. Fletch?
Oh, hello. Hey there. I just want to say thank you for the presentation so far. It's been absolutely
He glitched.
What
Yeah, I think
happened?
he
You
glitched.
okay?
I think he glitched.
Oh, he glitched.
Oh yeah, he
I think it
glitched.
glitched. Yeah.
Oh, in the real world, we call that tweaking. He's over there tweaking.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he comes back.
Yeah.
Question? Just the right hands. Just.
Yeah, can
Oh,
y'all hear
yeah,
me?
there you go.
Yes.
Yep.
Can hear
Yep.
you.
Yo, so this the dude from Naughty by Nature, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny, right? So
Yes.
so who else is coming to the metaverse from that? From I don't know if this is relevant, but I'm just curious. Who else is coming to the metaverse like you doing? I think this is great from the real verse, right? Because friend of mine, somebody Chuck D, this is something that I can see him doing too, like because I'm into hip hop too. So how do we bring people in so they can do something like this? Is that all right to ask or?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, even when I first came in, Chuck Deanham had a great build, the Terradome. I think Solji was working with them on that. They have a great space in here, and I believe it's Chuck's brother who built that space. And I actually saw Chuck at the groundbreaking of the Universal Hip Hop Museum, and I told him about this. I said, Chuck, I see you have a build out in the metaverse. So he was kind of skeptical about this space because I guess, with
That's tough.
Facebook and privacy issues,
Right.
a lot of people are sort of leery or paranoid about it. But I'm like, hey, man, it's a really great space. So Chuck is like, okay, I'll check it out. But the more noise we all make in this space, and the more we big up these spaces, and the more creative we are in it, and bring people in, they will get it. So, I always say lead by example. I always
Right.
say lead by example, and in my industry, I've always been an innovator, and I've always been one of the first to do a lot of things. So this is definitely one of the areas that I plan on kicking butt in, especially this summer during this tour. So for what they see me do in this space, a lot more of my peers will at least inquire about what the heck is going on. So they'll be like, Uncle Vin is showing out in the metaverse.
Yo, this is so dope too, man, because you know, like this is a whole new era, especially for I'm gonna just say us, right? For our age, right? I'll just say like that, right? Because I know I got to be around your age. And for you to be bringing it in like this is dope, man. I'm telling everybody I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got these things, and I just came in here like probably a week ago, and man, this is what it is, man.
Right,
So,
right.
we gotta let more. I'm gonna let everybody I know about this right here, because this is what it is right here, straight up.
Yes,
All right.
sir. Yes, sir.
So thanks for letting me speak, man. Appreciate it.
All right, cool, no problem. Is he back? Fletch is back, I believe.
Is Fletch back?
Hey, baby.
Fletch.
Fletch, are you back? Nope, he's
Nah.
still glitched.
All right.
Did anyone
Anybody
else have
any
a question?
questions? Just hit that raised button, raised hand button. Oh, yep. Detola?
Oh yeah, I just had a comment. I was just thinking about what Vinny was just saying and what Ray was just saying. Like, how many times do you have the opportunity to even be kind of like have an intimate conversation with a celebrity? So that's a good thing about being in here too. Where you got access, and like you guys, as far as on the celebrity end, don't have to have the pressure of being, all up on you, and then we can talk to you and stuff like that.
Maybe
That's
you
a
got a
cool thing
question.
that's coming out of this too. Access.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely prefer this platform as opposed to being on Clubhouse yelling and arguing and screaming at each other. I don't like that. I'm more of a productive person. So I'm all about good vibes, good energy, good productivity. And at 51 years old, about to be 52 this year, I have no time for drama. It's either progress or regress, and I don't have time to regress. So it's all about the progress for me. My partner Greg Pixelatic is there. You want to say anything, Greg, before Fletch?
No, I'm good. You covered everything.
All right, you good? All right, let Fletch think he still had his
Hey guys,
question.
sorry about that. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry for wasting everyone, holding everyone up. I just want to say you look great for 51, my friend. You're looking very nice for 51. I just want to ask, as a someone who makes music themselves and is very trusted within the NFT and crypto community, how would you, if someone came up to you as a noob?
Bruh.
Did he glitch you again?
he tweaked it again.
Someone keeps approaching him and then he glitches after the
As soon as someone comes to him. Oh, you know what it is? Hold on. Somebody
we
muted
lost it
him.
again.
Blue, someone muted him. Can you unmute him?
Oh, he's on air. Should be on air. He's not moving. I think he's glitched again.
Okay.
Poor Fletch. Fucking Fletch.
Moving.
He tried.
I think he's
Right.
on
It's
mute.
not him moving it. That's the ghost in the machine at this point.
Yeah.
Well, ask him to wave. He's moving. He just did this. I think he just got he might be trolling us all.
Okay.
Playing.
Well,
Okay.
let's grab.
We have Jersey Girl. Jersey Girl?
What's up, bro?
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Vin Rock. I'm a shy type, so thank you for coming to the Metaverse, because when I heard Naughty by Nature would be here, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But come to find out it's true, and nice meeting you. Cool spirited person. I'm glad that you brought yourself and your expertise into the Metaverse, because that's what brings others here as well, because people like me wasn't able to travel to concerts and stuff, but now, hey, I'm able to do it in the Metaverse.
Exactly.
So
That's a
thank you
beautiful thing.
for coming and doing your thing, and don't stop.
Oh no, I can't stop now. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you. And thanks for the comments. Where are you from, New Jersey?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Next
All right.
door from you. You said Newark. I'm from Jersey City.
Oh, Jersey City. Okay, we had tons of love out there. That's where Flavor Unit was. Our management company, Queen Latifah's Flavor Unit management company was there, based in Jersey City all through the 90s when we signed to them. So big shout to Apache. Rest in peace to Apache. A lot of love out there though.
Okay. Up next, Jerry the Tire Guy. Jerry?
Hey, what's up, Uncle
How
Vin?
you doing, brother?
Good, man. I can't complain. Hey, listen, man. I just got in here. I was a big fan of you guys. Still am. Big fan of you guys from like back in the '90s, and everything else like that. I grew up around that whole era and everything where everything was just prime time, going to the concerts and everything else like that. So, just want to say, man, it's great talking to you, bro, and I'm glad you're in the metaverse. It's an amazing place. And it's a lot of great people in here too as well. And yeah, it's definitely definitely a pleasant surprise to see you in here. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any I don't know, any favorite songs that you actually that's like all the music and all the albums and everything that you've done? Do you have any favorite songs as like your top three?
Sure. Well, for one, OPP, that would be the
Absolutely.
first one because that was our first hit single. We came out with that in 1991, and it just totally blew up. And then after that, we did the Juice soundtrack. So Uptown Anthem, that's the song we did for the Juice soundtrack and video. And the late great Tupac Shakur did the cameo in the Uptown Anthem video for us. We shot that in Harlem. And then third of my top three would be Hip Hop Hooray. I consider that the
Absolutely.
unofficial hip hop, anthem. I mean, everyone's doing Hey Ho, and we shot that uptown in Harlem and in Brooklyn and in Jersey. Spike Lee directed that video. So those were all pivotal moments. And Hip Hop Hooray, we had the late great Easy E from NWA do a cameo in the video. Run DMC, shout to the late great Jam Master Jay. They were in the video. Queen Latifah and Moni Love was in the video. Yeah, those are some really, really great times. So those are three of my
Awesome.
favorite songs, and they're guaranteed to
Yeah.
smash down the club, guaranteed to smash down the concert. So we definitely have a lot of fun with that.
Yep. And one last question: is there anything? Because we have a lot of talented people out here in all space, from around not just around the country, but from around the world. Is there any advice that you can offer them for those who are looking to like get signed by a company or record company these days? Because I know a lot of things have changed. Contracts and everything have changed and they mean something different. Is there anything that you can offer, like any advice to look out for, or a deal maybe they don't want to get involved with?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, now, what musicians have to realize is that it's far easier to get on board or get online with your music, right? Tretch has a saying, there's more artists than fans now. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the artists must realize that there's tons of people going up with music. They're putting up YouTube, they're putting up, Spotify songs, SoundCloud. I mean, there's so many musicians out there, and you really have to be unique in order to stick out because the labels are really lazy right now. And it may not even be lazy, it's that so many people and technology has made it so much easier to that all they need to do is scour the internet and see who's doing what, and scour the live music scene and see who's kicking up that dust. So, for one, if you think you're going to hustle and get signed just by sitting in the house, you're wrong because they want to see you streaming, they want to see you doing sales, they want to see you performing, selling merchandise. And then when you do all of that, they want to 360 you. So they'll put you in these contracts. And now, as you see, a lot of musicians are arguing or they're mad at the record labels because they want to get out of the contracts. But the reality is that these record labels do invest in you. They pay for you to travel around. They pay to break and market your music. And then a lot of the artists, once they get on board and now they're an established artist, are saying, oh, I don't want to be on this label no more, or oh, the deal is so lopsided and this, that, and the other. But they think that because you have a record deal now or because you have a hit record, you don't need them anymore. But a lot of them find out very quickly that once you leave those labels, it's all on you again. And then next thing you know, there's so many artists out there that in 3 to 4 months, it'll be 5 other hit records out, and your record will be like, I forgot that record existed, you know? And I think that's the reason why I'm lucky we came out in the 90s, because we have songs that stick, right? OPP, Hip Hop Parade, Feel Me Flow,
Definitely.
Jamboree. Those records have been able to stay, but part of the reason why is because the market wasn't so crowded. So now you have so many records out that I'll hear a record that was released 5 years ago and be like, damn, I forgot that record was out. It even existed, you know, or a record from the mid 2000s. I'm like, wait a minute, I remember that song, you know? So, you know, it's a gift and a curse, but you really have to be on it. You have to understand, you know, and this is another reason why I love what we're doing in particular in the metaverse, because it's new music discovery. And if you look at this picture right behind you, it's a whole crew of brand new artists. I mean, one of the guys right there, Samad Savage, he's a beast. So now while everyone is on YouTube and on SoundCloud and scouring through, you know, Spotify, trying to discover new music, we're out here in the metaverse doing holoportation concerts and inviting people to discover new music. So new music discovery will never stop. It's about the different platforms you use to discover new music. So that's the power of the metaverse and what's going on here, in particular in alt space.
Okay, next up, DJ Willie.
Hey, what's
DJ
good? What's
Willie,
good,
you
Uncle Vin
still there?
Rock, man?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, appreciate you coming in the metaverse, giving us the game. You know what I'm saying? It's good to hear from the OGs of the game. You know what I'm saying? My question is, you got it, you say you got these your artists over here you say you working with?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're planning to launch a new label, or you got a new label, or what's going on with the music with you as far as a group, and you know what I'm saying, where do y'all plan to take y'all music in 2022?
Well, for one, you know, what we're doing with this Slugger movement with DJ Slugger, he's a DJ and producer. So we go out like we're about to do the New Kids tour. So we're about to do 57 cities, perform in front of 600,000 people. And we're doing a DJ hype set. Then one of our artists, Ryan Lane, who's over there to the right on that photo, he and I have a new song called Fiesta. So we're gonna shoot a music video, release that single, and perform it during our DJ hype set during the tour. But overall, what we're doing with Slugger Music is we're creating a live platform. So we'll do live concerts and virtual concerts, and we'll be looking out for really talented live performers and giving them a platform as independent artists so they can perform in front of people. We provide a larger stage, a larger platform, larger reach than they would organically have. And that's my thing, to have the Slugger Music concert series, the Slugger Music comedy shows, Slugger Music Festival, and just onboard new artists, new independent creatives. And ultimately, that's what we're doing with the Slugger movement.
That's dope. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? So is y'all planning to take it on tour like across the world, like or just in the
Yeah.
metaverse?
We'll take one step at a time. So right now we're gonna bang out this tour this summer. And then we'll be working with Live Nation. We have a label partner, Reservoir Records. They just bought our old label, Tommy Boy Records. So we're developing a partnership with them right now. So we'll have a label partner, and we're just going to keep scaling and expanding it as we move forward. But the metaverse will definitely play a big part of what we're doing. So make sure you check out our Illtown Island, our world that we built there.
Already nice to meet, and I hope to attend the show when you get to Dallas, Texas.
All right, cool. We'll be out there, brother.
All
DJ
right.
Willie.
Cool.
Okay, next up is
You have
Sarah.
Instagram?
We'll just take a couple more because we've run over time. I don't want to keep Ben if he's has stuff to
Vin
do.
Rock
He's a
on
busy
Instagram.
man.
Really be bangers.
Yeah.
Like
Let you
hi,
know
Sarah.
Uncle
I'm up
Vin
at
Rock
back
on
here.
Instagram.
Hi. Hopefully you can hear me. My
Yes.
name is Sarah Appleby, and I actually have a radio show in the UK. Firstly, it's really nice to get to speak to you here in Alt Space. On my radio show, I have been trying to promote Alt Space and the people within it and the amazing talent and the people that are on this platform that I only discovered just a year ago. I specialize in showcasing music from around the world and especially on the media and the social platforms. And it's getting artists, especially over in the UK, we seem to be very far behind when it comes to this form of technology and these platforms. What have you found is the most rewarding thing for you as an artist since discovering somewhere like Alt Space?
The most rewarding thing is, again, this diverse. I mean, look, I could tell by his accent that he was from somewhere in the country, but he's in Dallas, he's in Texas, the great state of Texas, to people right here in New Jersey, from you in the UK. And just in this small room here, we could cover literally the world with different talent and people. So to be able to come into this space and find such a diverse group of people, that's what's so rewarding. And again, even when we do our holoportation concerts and events, just the variety of people from all over the world who are able to attend, that's the most rewarding. And everyone goes back to their respective places, you know, in the physical world, and they big this up and they talk about the experience they had, and then it helps on board more people to come and see what we're all doing in this space.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think the other thing that is really important that so many people don't get to see concerts and music in their lives, like live gigs, because of the pricing of tickets and ticket touts who double and triple prices. Something like this, where people can actually come and see people that when they buy their music, and like you interacting with fans in here, I can tell that they've been following you for years. Is another thing that I think is going to be really important going forward. For those people that can't make it to the physical gigs themselves, they'll be able to see it virtually.
Yes, and it really helps us as musicians because, you know, in these spaces, I can imagine the end goal is to fit 50,000, 100,000 people into a virtual concert. And when you have that large of an audience, you don't need to charge these crazy amounts of money. So it works out for us as musicians. We don't have to travel, and it works out for the people because you know, the ticket prices is lower and it's a lot more affordable. Another thing I love about, you know, VR and these headsets is that one time Nira showed me a Broadway play, and she had a guy singing Aladdin, oh new world, and he was throwing, you know, machetes and stuff at me. I found that to be the most incredible experience in my life. And I, you know, ever since I saw that, I'm like, you know what? This would be really, really great for senior and adult living places and senior citizen homes and, you know, nursing homes, because a lot of the elderly may be bedridden, or they may be, you know, bound to wheelchair, or they're not as mobile. But, you know, I worked in a convalescent home before. So to be able to have a space where you could put on plays for your adult crowd, sky's the limit with it. So these are the things that I'm very much interested in, and as these spaces evolve, these are the things that I'll definitely help bring to the table.
Well, thanks for your answers, and it's really nice meeting you in person.
All right, likewise.
Okay, Ben, we just have one more. Nikiria? Sorry if I mispronounced that.
That's fine. It's
Mm-hmm.
Nakira right here.
Okay.
So I have a question for you, and I don't know if you covered this earlier. Jersey girl here as well. But I was wondering, like, so Nas recently went back and did his album, and he released it with the NFT. Are you possibly thinking about going back and releasing some of like your previous old albums, like you brought up the OPP and all this? Like, are you thinking about going back and releasing some of the old works as NFTs, available to some of your fans to be able to utilize and stuff?
Right. So once again, the publishing company Reservoir, they bought our old label Tommy Boy, who had our original 3 albums. So they control that catalog and they're paying us out our royalties now. And we actually just developing a partnership with them for our Slugger Music record label. And ironically enough, next year is the 30th anniversary of Hip Hop Hooray. Sheesh. That's been around for a while. So in that NFT space, because we already have developed NFTs, art NFTs for Naughty by Nature. So we'll definitely revisit that. And for the 30th anniversary of Hip Hop Hooray, which is next year, we're definitely ahead of the game. So we'll do something in that space for sure.
Thanks. We definitely following. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for your questions. And, thank you so much, Vin, for coming on tonight to the show and for sharing your views on the metaverse and especially the NFTs. And it was a pleasure, as always, chatting with you. We definitely are going to be looking forward to all of your new ventures out here, and especially in alt space. Can't wait till your next concert. And I want to thank the audience tonight for showing up, and we appreciate you attending each week. Thank you to our team for making this possible tonight. And I want to remind all of you to come join us next Tuesday night. We will have RC the World Builder on as our guest. And, really, thank you so much for everything you've done here in the metaverse to include everyone in your concerts and, your NFT offerings and just making everybody get a little piece of your royalty. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you all for having me. And thanks for the support. So I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. So it'll be a great thing.
Hey, Katie.
So Ben, we have a tradition here at Yummy NFTs that at the end of the show, everyone hops on stage and we take a picture. So everybody
Okay, great.
wanna hop on stage and we'll take a picture.
Everyone
Lee,
come on
get
up.
next to Vin, if you could.
Yeah.
Let
Vin,
me
if
see
you
if
want
I
to
can
come
get
up,
a little higher.
Get in
yeah,
there with Vin,
you
and
can come and
we'll
stand in
all
the
kind of
middle here,
follow
Vin.
you
In the
guys.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, you come on up here. You can be in the middle.
Come up
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Yes,
come in the
sir.
middle. Yeah.
Yep. Make sure
There we go.
City's next
Oh,
to
come
you.
over. Yeah, you can come over. Over here.
Everybody else just
Stand
works
aside.
around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it, Jerome? Shake your head if you got it.
I'm like, I think I'm inside
Shake your
of
head
people.
if you have emotion whatsoever. Smile. Make your avatar smile. Jerome,
Jerome?
your avatar's not smiling. Jerome,
I think I
smile.
should
Okay, you
Jerome,
got
he's
it?
smiling.
Okay.
There you go.
Guys,
Okay.
Hey. Everybody's happy.
Okay.
That way I'll be low.
Oh man.
That's great.
Oh, Jerome, we
Mr.
need way
Stobart.
more
Thank
emotion
you,
out of
Stobart.
Avatar next time.
His 2D avatar doesn't smile.
Poor guy.
Did you get it?
Oh, 2Ds.
Shake your head, yes. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you,
thanks,
everybody.
Jerome.
Great.
All right, that's Jerome's big.
Thank you,
He
everybody.
said a whole
Thank
lot more than
you.
you know.
All right, perfect, man.
Oh, there it is.
It was great,
All
man.
right. How
Nice
you
meeting
doing,
you.
bro?
Very the tired guy.
All
by the
right.
way,
Likewise. Likewise.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
City,
Cute
girl.
Thank you for
What's up,
coming
cute
Get up
tonight.
here.
Girly.
Let me get
I
your
know.
photo, sir.
Cute
Get up there, buddy.
How are you?